ahead is looking pretty unsettled, not on the same scale as we had last week with Storm Babette, but nonetheless, low pressure will never be too far away. As we go through the end of Monday into Tuesday, we have the front towards the southwest, but it's this system pushing its way northwards up eastern parts that is going to bring some persistent rain, particularly across eastern England as we go through Tuesday. Could see some high totals building up, perhaps 30 to 50 millimetres, that it could cause some travel disruption, perhaps even some flooding too. Elsewhere across the rest of the country, some sunny spells, but also a scattering of showers, and in the south in particular, these could be heavy, perhaps even some thunder mixed in too. Perhaps the greatest chance of staying dry will be across parts of Scotland. Also notice a bit of more persistent rain pushing into the southwest later on. Temperatures aren't going to be anything to write home about this week, generally near normal for the time of year, so highs around 15, 16 Celsius in the south on Tuesday and a little bit cooler further north. As we go through Tuesday and into Wednesday, we have a fairly messy pressure pattern with several low pressure centres, but notice there is something resembling, trying to be a bit of a ridge of high pressure, but it's a short-lived one, so it won't quieten the weather down for too long. But looking at the details, and the low pressure towards the southeast of the UK will bring some heavy rain here for a time on Wednesday morning, but that will clear away. The low pressure a little bit further north means we have an easterly wind affecting parts of Scotland, and it was that easterly wind that caused the heavy, intense rainfall last week. But this time it won't be as heavy, but it is still going to bring cloud and rain in from the North Sea, mainly affecting eastern parts of Scotland, northeast England. Now, like I said, it's not going to be as heavy, the rain, this time round, but it could still be quite heavy, and this isn't going to make the situation any better for places with ongoing issues, so it could cause some further problems. Otherwise, and like I said, there is something resembling a ridge. As a result, the weather will quieten down for a little bit, so drier for many for a time before some more rain pushes its way in from the west as we go through later Wednesday and overnight into Thursday. Again, temperatures near normal for the time of year, so generally in your double figures, mid-teens towards the south. As we go through later Wednesday into Thursday, that frontal system then bringing that band of rain does start to push its way northeastwards across the UK, but we're heavily under the influence of this low pressure towards the west, so we're going to see some strong blustery winds as those isobars get tighter together, and so it is going to be a windy picture for many of us. Some heavy rain to start off with as that band of rain continues to make its way northeastwards, initially as we start the morning across northern and eastern parts of England, but it will clear away towards the north and east. Still some heavy rain towards eastern parts of Scotland perhaps. Elsewhere, blustery showers. Some of those showers could be heavy at times. Some rumbles of thunder are quite likely. Now, this picture here is the most likely outcome, the most likely forecast for Thursday, but it's worth bearing in mind that some models are hinting for something a little bit different to develop near Ireland around the Irish Sea, which could bring something even windier, particularly for Irish Sea coastal parts, perhaps towards the southwest. So worth keeping an eye out for that as we head nearer the time. Temperatures again similar to what we've seen recently. As we go through Thursday into Friday, still under the influence of this low pressure towards the west, so it's going to stay windy for many and showery too. But notice this sort of low out towards the east, and it's because of this that again we have an easterly wind likely for parts of Scotland. So again, we're bringing some wet weather in across eastern areas where we will probably still have those ongoing issues from the rain caused by Storm Babette. Otherwise, it's a blustery, windy at times, showery picture. Again, those showers could be quite heavy at times, some rumbles of thunder, but there should be some dry slots in between, albeit quite cloudy. Any sunshine is going to be quite limited really as we go through the whole of this week. And again, temperatures similar to what we've seen through much of the week, highs around 15 or 16 Celsius towards the south, and always that little bit cooler further north. As we head into the weekend, there's no major change. Low pressure sticks around. It's not going anywhere particularly fast. As a result, I am expecting some more unsettled weather as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Pretty much business as usual for the time of year. Now, you can keep up to date with the forecast wherever you are across the Met Office website and our app and our social media channels. And it's worth doing so as we are likely to need some warnings this week. I'll see you later.